Collaborative, and really kind of the specialty we found ourselves in is, operating with high cinematic values, but with a minimal footprint. When the Lifetime Grand Prix had their inaugural year announced, it had the potential of changing the landscape of racing in North America. The reason is because it's a unifying series, right? It's invite only, large cash prize, easy to follow point structure, true Grand Prix format. Live broadcast is very expensive, and the reality is when you turn a live broadcast, you lose a really important layer as far as what I'm interested in. And that's the cinematic quality of storytelling. And so quickly, I began thinking about what I needed to do a better job covering the race. And to be honest with you, I was getting a lot of pressure from Lifetime about how do we get quicker content. And so I approached them with an offer. I said, at Leadville 2023, if you provide me with a helicopter and you provide the budget for a GSS, then I'll turn you a 24-hour product. We pulled it off. We same-day delivered that thing. By 9 o'clock that night, we dropped the entire Leadville 2023 episode. It was, I think, 25-ish minutes long, and it recapped the race through the real-time live perspective of announcers watching the race from a helicopter.
One rider on the front setting pace.
Season 3 became about integrating this athlete layer, and I think at the center of that, honestly, was the GSS. Because as the GSS operator and the director for the series, I have oversight as an all-seeing eye on the entire race and everybody that's animating the race in various forms. And so watching and looking over the field, it became this unique scenario where I'm building the episode real time, headset on, GSS controller in my lap, 2 announcers next to me, watching the screen. The GSS is the vector for the lens, but for me, it's about how I can get that CN20 and that variability in the sky. For me to be able to zoom in and out from anywhere from 50 to 1500 with my 1.5x extender on there, what I'm able to do is build scenes. I'm able to get my wide shots and use my helicopters to adjust my wide angle, but I'm able to then punch in and get my mediums and my tights. And that is the power of the GSS, is it's a real-time motion scene builder. And when you are tracking along with a fast-moving subject, such as an off-road racer on a single track, covering the country the fastest way you can possibly cover it, the only option you have is a helicopter and a GSS. So the race breaks down in these characteristics of the course, and so having the right lens means I can cover it. I can be coming over and filming the course coming ahead. I can punch all the way in and see their tires bouncing off of the rocks. I can punch in on their face and see the spit drooling out of their noses. I can see the eyes almost rolling into the back of their head of exhaustion, and I can pan over and see the hunger and the chase in their competitors' eyes as they smell blood in the water, and like a shark, they're out there to go beat that person. So these are all stories, and being able to zoom in and zoom out and pan between these things, all while cruising at 25, 30 miles an hour, and often the helicopter were twice that speed because, of course, I love my wraps and my parallax, especially when you're coming across a mountaintop, hitting 50 miles an hour and wrapping as they peak is a really cool look. After 2 years of integrating the GSS into our races, I can tell you that we never had a single failure all season long. When you have a high dollar series with only one opportunity to get the shot, and there's no going back and recreating it, you are only as good as you are confident in your gear. And so that confidence pays dividends, and there's no question in my mind that the best decision we made was making sure that we always had a GSS on board.